happy Wednesday, happy New Year, happy everything to everyone. I hope everyone had a great holiday season and we're getting back into our craft room after the holidays are over, and we're continuing on with our Crash Our Stash series. This will go throughout January. So I have not picked up any new collections for Valentine's Day, which is very hard because there are a lot of really cute ones out there, but I'm sticking to my plan. And so I've got a couple of different things I can do to extend the life of all of the paper that I do have. I do have quite a lot of pattern paper available to me, but what I don't have, because I don't have new collections, are new journal cards. So I don't have my focal images to be inspired by to create my projects. So what I'm gonna do for this video is share with you how I've taken stamps, I'm crashing my stamp stash, and coloring these images in more Valentine inspired colors. So these are not Valentine stamps. Most of them came from my Christmas bin, and some of them are just general stamps, but what I did was I used my Copic and my Spectrum Noir markers and I colored them in the scheme to go with the papers that I have in my stash. Now, I should also mention very quickly that none of these stamps are very current. I'm new to stamping and coloring, so I don't have all the latest and greatest releases that come out. I'm just happy to pick them up when they go on sale, and then build my collection from there. So these may not be available, but it is likely if you stamp, you may already have them in your stash. I just wanted to share with you how I'm extending their use, their life throughout other holidays. And I should also mention that I am using the Memento Tuxedo Black ink to stamp on Spectrum Ultra Smooth white cardstock. So all of these have been colored with that combination of markers and inks. So let's get on to our first card. And this little sweet owl is from Lawn Fawn, and I just colored the little scarf there with super sweet pink, kind of a hot pink, and then I added a little bit of detail for his scarf with a white gel pen, and so it gave it a little bit of extra something special. So my theme for Valentine this year is all in. I'm all for the hearts, all for the flowers. I want sequins, I want bows, I want charms, I want buttons, I want layers and layers and layers. This is not a season for me to be sweet and simple or one layer. I am all in for every bit of it. So these are going to have many layers of my pattern papers, and I relied heavily on die cutting hearts, a heart doily, and then I've also added a ton of flowers in the pinks and the reds and the whites just to coordinate. So this first one has an owl and it says all you need is love, and so this is really sweet. I have also colored this owl for Halloween, so this is a very versatile stamp in my opinion. For my second card, this is more of a scene card, and I'm using the Lawn Fawn little unicorn here, and then also these are fairies from Hello Bluebird, and I just colored their little outfits and the matching toadstools, and then I layered it on my tree die so that they would be kind of a scene card with the little unicorn, and I've got all of their clothes and the unicorn coordinating, so it's very pink and very sweet. It's a very detailed die cutting layered card, but I think it's extra special. So the next card I have up is a stamp. This one is from Doodlebug Design, and I actually have used this for many different holidays, just switching out the colors of the stamped images. So the last one I did was a cake, and I did like a chocolate cake with the orange frosting. It was super cute. This one I went for that pink again, but I paired it with an aqua color, so it's kind of a more retro inspired look, and I included the little candy corns that were with the stamp set, but I colored them with the coordinating Spectrum Noir markers so they all go together. I've got more layered hearts here. These beautiful flowers are from Really Reasonable Ribbon. I just switched out this stamen because the yellow was maybe accurate to what the flower looks like, but didn't coordinate with my project. And so this is also the sentiment that came on that stamp set, and I just tucked that in there. I stamped it on a dovetail banner and included that as one of the layers, and then of course another little charm here. So this is going to be a very practical stamp set throughout the seasons, and I can stretch my stash to incorporate that for more of the holidays. Okay, I have had this stamp set for so long. I really love it. It is very versatile, and as a beginner colorist, these cups are pretty easy to color. I also appreciate that they include a couple of different faces that you can add on, kind of kawaii, kind of sweet faces. There's some whipped cream and a heart. I chose to utilize that heart, and I just stamped it right on that cup. I also incorporated this smaller cup. This was the pumpkin spice cup. And then I alternated the coloring, so pink with red and then red with pink. And that way they looked like they were a set that went together. And then I made one of them kind of a pink hot chocolate just so that it would be a little more festive. More flowers here from really reasonable ribbon, and then trims to, of course, that's the pretty pink wrinkle ribbon. And I incorporated a square die this time to kind of break up that corner. I incorporated more of that aqua and the dot, but I wanted to kind of neutralize a little bit of it just so that this would be more of a focal point. I should also mention that there are many, many, many layers of foam here so that I could really build a dimensional card. And so I think that helps the focal images to pop. I had one more fairy card here, and I chose to color these little ladies with red and kind of a pink wing. And then I gave them a raised heart frame with a die cut love in the middle. And so this is working really well to kind of incorporate reds and pinks together. Some of the pattern papers will do that, but sometimes you have to kind of force it a little if your colored images don't quite match. And so this is really sweet, and they've got a little bit of glitter stickles accenting some of their details. Okay, last but not least, this one you would think is definitely a Christmas stamp, and it is, but I switched out the colors for that little scarf. Now, if you live anywhere like Michigan, it is still very cold in February, so it is not uncommon to need a scarf, and so I thought that worked perfectly well. I put the red and the pink back together for this one, and I used a small little image that was from the 6x6 paper pad I was working with, and I just tucked that in behind him so that it could be a sentiment. So this flower arrangement is slightly larger, and this is my favorite Cartabella branch that I picked up this year. I don't always want to have a whole lot of green in Valentine projects because I think it kind of detracts from the pinks and the reds, and so I did add a little bit here, but this is quite a large floral arrangement, and it really helps to fill in this corner. I've also got kind of a dovetail or fishtail sort of frame here so that I could build a little bit more dimension. So this is what I've got going on so far for Valentine's. Now, my other plan to extend the use of the pattern papers that I currently have is to utilize some of the new collage sheets that I've been creating, but I want to use that more for a tutorial because I think that's more fun to show you how I'm using the printable. So hopefully that one will be up very soon, and you'll be able to be inspired to dig into your stash a little bit and get through some of it like I am, and participate in the Crash Your Stash January with me. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give me a big thumbs up, leave me a comment, and if you're not already, I would love for you to subscribe. As always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye.